Welcome to my second tutorial of SQL. I'll show you how to create a text document, insert data in them, and then insert that text document into our SQL databases. So first, we have these data here. As you can see, there are 4 rows. One for name, one for the city or the branch, and one for the year, and one for the sales. So basically, this is a sales table by branch and employee name. So suppose we want to insert this data into our SQL. What we would do is first log into our server, use a database that you have defined. So create a database. In my case, I'll use new DB. If you don't know how to create one, just use create database, give it a name, and then semicolon and press enter. So in my case, I already have a database. It's called employee DB. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna analyze this data. We see John, that's a name. This column is the string. Stockholm is also string. The year is int, and the sales is double. So what I'd want to do is create a table first called employee underscore table. Create an employee name column with a varchar of 50, branch name varchar of 50, year, which is an int, and sales, which is decimal. In our case, we just use 82. Enter. No database selected, of course. We'd have to use employee DB. Now let's run that again, and let's see if our table has been set up for us. Employee table. You can see here we have employee name, branch, year, and sales, the data types, and whether we allow null or not. So we have matching table for this matching data here. So how exactly do you insert this? Well, we would just type in load data in file quotation C. You have to give your absolute path here. So C semicolon dash dash users. For my case, it's in this directory. User desktop, and my name of my text document is employees. So employees.txt into table employee table we just created. Fields terminated by and closed by semicolons, quotation, double quotation marks, and lines terminated by R and we press enter and we get 22 data. Now let's see if this shows all the data that we have stored in our text document. Employee underscore table. As you can see, we have successfully inserted all the data from our text document into our SQL database. Now let's try to extract some kind of information from this, like perhaps some max, min, average. So let's see. We want to return max, min, and average. There are 3 ways you can possibly do this. For each of them, only one method. They are called aggregate functions. We have aggregate functions that automatically calculates things for us, such as a max, min, or average of a column. Of course, these are non-string type of data, so you cannot put in a string data and expect a max output. So suppose we want to find the max of sales. We do sales max, the column name sales, min, the column name sales, and the average AVG of sales from our employee table. So when we execute this, we should expect to get 876,000 for max, and I believe 213,000 for minimum, and for average, not sure, but they will add all this, the whole column up, and divide it by the number of data, which is 22. So let's see. So we get here the max is 876,000, minimum is 213,000, and average is 484,000. So this is how you would extract a certain information regarding a table using aggregate functions such as max, min, and average. There are also count and concatenation, string, etc. Now suppose we want to return bottom two employees of the lowest sales. We would of course use minimum intuitively, but we can bypass that and we can arrange this table using order by function. So let's say employee select employee name sales from employee table, order by sales, ascending, meaning we go from lowest to lowest is the top, highest is the bottom. So we wanna, this would order the entire table from least to greatest, but we can add a restriction and use a limit function, and we want to limit the search queries to only 2, so it would only return the top 2 of our query, which is what we want, because that would be the minimum, the lowest 2 sales from this table. So let's see, we get 213,000 and 234,000. If we check with our table, you can see that indeed Cameron and Dolberg have the 2 lowest sales. So yeah, this is how you would extract such data. Now suppose we want to return employee with the highest sales by branch. So this is sorry, that was a technical issue here. Okay, so the actual query was meant to be return highest sales by branch. So how exactly do you get the branch and its max? So what we do here is basically we would get select branch name max sales from employee table. Now this would be incorrect, but if we were to add group by branch name, it would return the name and max sales of each column, which is the branch name. So we have Stockholm, Dubai, London, New York. It's gonna splice these different data into subsets that are branch names, and then it will attempt to find the max of each branch. So the group by basically slices the entire table into individual column names, row names. So unique, distinct row names, not duplicates. It's gonna have one New York, one Stockholm, one Dubai, one Paris, and it will try to find the max. So if we execute this, we should get branch name and the max sales occurred in that branch. Let's see. So just to verify our data, we check with the table. We see that Will Buy Indeed has 876,000. Stockholm Indeed has 845,000. And New York is 712,000, as we can see here, and Paris highest sales is 554,000. So that is the end of the video. I hope you learned something from it, and my next video will have more in-depth of how to extract complex information and using where clauses in a more complex way, such as in, not in, and or. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time.